Put on this computer. What's that? Oh. Okay, so yesterday we started with our paper vertical. Today we're going to start with it horizontally. I'm going to grab the left corner and dog ear it straight down. And notice my finger at the top is in the middle to prevent that from moving. Now watch what I do. This corner here where my right finger is, I'm going to flip underneath, and I want this to be my point. So if my point is here, I'm going to continue to roll this around that point, creating a cone shape. So this would be a perfect ice cream cone shape. And I'm going to tape that there. Now, what I like to do, you don't necessarily have to do this, but what I like to do is at the lowest point of my cone, I'm going to kind of draw a perpendicular line and cut that so that I get a sort of, this is like a birthday hat, right? Or a cone shape. So I'll do this again. Let me do a quick review. Let me just pour this. So again, on the opening, like yesterday with our cylinder, I'm going to make glue tabs. So I'm just cutting straight down, approximately the same length every time. If you really want to be specific, you can draw a line around there and fold these out. These are my glue tabs. This is how I would attach this to my piñata. So right now, let's say I wanted to make an ice cream cone. My balloon would have to be bigger, but I would put the ice cream, the balloon in the cone, and then I would tape this like this to attach it so that it doesn't come off. So I would tape that around there or paper mache that. So we just made like an ice cream cone, a birthday hat with glue tabs. The next one I want to do is a really tight cone for maybe I want to do a unicorn. So this time I'm going to start the same way, but if I want this to be a really tight one, I'm going to take this dog ear and move it more to the left. So I'm going to pull this tighter this way. And you can see immediately I have a much thinner triangle, and I'm just going to roll that. And I'm going to keep my finger there just to make sure that point doesn't move too much. So the tighter I roll it, the smaller the cone, the skinnier the cone. So Chris, that's what you did last time. So I'm going to have you just use that and do your glue tabs. So this is going to be good, Nitsan, for the spikes of your mace. Or for some of you, someone has a unicorn. Skylar, you've got a strawberry, so this might be good for the stem. So I'm going to just tape that. And so again, Nitsan, what you would do if your spikes aren't going to, like if I were to do a unicorn, I would cut and do my tabs up here. If I were to do spikes or maybe the sun rays, I might cut it lower to make my cone smaller and then do my tabs there. So now you can see the difference between the tight cone and the ice cream cone. So now the last one is if, let's say I want to make a watermelon or a really wide cone, maybe it's a boat or something different. So this time it's the same thing. I'm going to dog ear one side from the middle, but dog ear the other side so they both meet in the middle. So this is my middle point, and I'm just going to add a piece of tape here. Sort of. You just don't want to add creases. So now I have this big, look at that. That looks like, I don't even know. Someone in my other class was doing a watermelon. So I'm going to cut this, or a diamond shape. If you wanted to do a diamond, let me see. Does anyone here have a diamond? No, but Majida, you've got pretty wide, you have wider spikes. So you might want to do wider like this, maybe not this wide. But either way, now you see the difference between a wide cone, a medium cone, and depending on your design, and a little pointy cone. So this last activity, I'm going to take my piece of paper and fold it in half this time. And a lot of you have ears or body parts, arms, legs. So I'm going to pretend, let's say I'm doing either a leaf or an ear. So I'm just going to label this as the front and just watch for a moment. So because this is folded, when I cut it, if I have a particular shape, maybe, let me exaggerate this a little bit so you can see it a little bit better. I'm going to exaggerate that. Notice I'm not cutting, this would be the bottom of the ear. I'm not going to cut there. I'm going to cut a little bit further down because that's gonna be my glue tab. I'm just gonna write glue tab, just so you know. Now, with this being the front, let me first fold at that end so that that's where my ear is. But now when I take these apart, because I have two of them, if I flip this bottom one to the back, now I have, look, I have symmetrical ears. So this will be the front as well. So that's the best way to get symmetrical, is to fold and cut that way. I have my glue tabs. So everyone either create ears or think of it as leaves or petals or some kind of addition that you're going to add to your piñata depending on your design. And if you don't have it, make it just so I can see that you know how to do it. The last thing you're going to do is blow up a balloon, tie it. I'm going to show you a video on that. I have it currently taped to a bowl just so my balloon doesn't float away. Tomorrow, when we start doing our paper mache, you're just going to use this bowl so that as you're working, the balloon does not float away. So it's sort of like a base. Let me pause this for a second.